Definitely, this garden is looking dismal, guys. Quite dismal. Welcome back to the channel, guys. My name is Abby, and I warmly welcome you to the Caribbean and to my container garden here in Trinidad and Tobago. Change is coming, guys. We'll be changing locations. I'm not going to give too much information on that just yet, but we are changing locations, and hence the garden has taken a serious back burner. But no despair. I'm using all the goodies that I've grown throughout the year and before. I've been using everything that I've stored, I've canned, I've frozen, I've dried. That is what we're using. And in this video I want to share with you guys lessons that I've learned gardening in this small space, this small container garden. Lessons that I am treasuring, I am cherishing, and I want to reiterate it so that if you are still continuing in your container gardening, why you should cherish it as well. This garden is estimated to be about 15 feet by 10 feet. Really small. And even though it's a small garden, I have grown so many different things in this garden, guys. So just this. I've grown so many different things in the garden. I've put up so many things in the pantry using this limited space. Now, if it was in ground, I can just imagine how much more it would produce. Container gardening has its challenges, but it's better than zero. So no matter what space you have, use it. It will blow you out of the waters. Wherever there's soil, keep accumulating your soil. Once there's soil, you can grow anything. Anything, guys. Once you have the right amount of soil for the plant or the tuber or whatever you're growing to grow in well, you can do it in a container. Lesson number 2, save seeds. In each climate, there's seeds and plants that do well there. Don't try to go against the grain and buy seeds that are tailored for temperate climates and grow it in very hot climates, and vice versa. Get the right type of seed for your climate, and it lowers your frustration. Take for example this zucchini. This zucchini is called the tigress zucchini. It's the only zucchini that I've gotten to grow in the Caribbean so far. Why? Because it was tailored to our climate. But my main problem in this garden is mites. I have red mites, thrips, all sorts of stuff in this garden. Hence, it really caused my plants to struggle to perform. So, if you find seeds, especially us in the tropics, you find seeds that are tailored to our climate, use it. Hey babies, they've been begging me for greens for a long time because I've been so busy. There you go. Enjoy. I've been so busy, guys. Packing, yet still keeping up with work, still keeping up with everything that adults do. Tell me, why did I want to grow up so bad? God, it's exhausting. You guys, I have no pretty corner in my yard. I have no pretty corner right now. Everything is a hot mess. That's what happens when you're moving. My brain is also filled. So I have notes. I've written down a bunch of stuff that I want to tell you guys. The next thing that I have here on my list is climate change. It's real. Climate change is real, and unless a person admits that, they're going to be severely frustrated in gardening. Climate change has cause places to become either too hot or too cold or too wet or too dry. They cause bugs to reproduce like crazy, like what's happening in my entire country of Trinidad and Tobago. Farmers are catching their ninnins to keep these bugs at bay. I guess in the whole world. I'm just being dramatic. But my point is climate change is affecting the gardening or the farming sector. And so if you go into gardening without acknowledging that, you will run into a lot of problems, hands down. So do your research, find out what's happening in your local area so that you would plant in such a way that you could naturally combat that. Now, I mentioned naturally, and you guys know naturally I didn't really care, but this year I went into really caring about it, and I don't think I will ever go back. I realized that these little creatures are living things, and whether they're good or bad, we've got to find a natural way to balance things out. And if you're too rigid or too trigger happy, as I will call it, using chemicals, it wouldn't work out in the end. It really wouldn't. So I'm saying that now because I've learned that this year, that going a natural route really is the best way. Yes, I digress. I am switching this camera around, hunting for a nice background, guys. At least we get a little bit green in this one. The second thing I have on my list is the best things are free. I've learned that buying soil doesn't necessarily mean that you're getting the best. I've bought soil, I've spent money and bought soil and compost, and it turned out to be rubbish, absolute rubbish. And recently, you guys know that I was trying out, like my trusty pen, I was trying out using local soil mixed with grass clippings that I got from the savannah. And believe it or not, with the first try using that experiment, the plants in those media all produce. They all produce. Whereas in instances, I bought soil and I put plants in it and they never grew. They were stunted. They never produced anything. The point is, if you want to get into gardening and you don't have any cash to buy any soil, local dirt is okay. If you know that it is too acidic, you can buy a natural component called limestone that brings down the acidity, and you can do that over and over to the point where it gets to the right amount of alkaline in the soil. You can do that over time, and you'll be getting food from the get-go. Now, I'm going to take you over there and we're going to empty out one of these sacks that we did the lasagna style together, because I really, really wanted that lesson to be taught. And even though it's not going to be in depth right now, I will try to do it again in our new garden, but I'm not too sure what type of soil is there. So let's go and see what's happening. If you have clay soils, can you use it in a container using the lasagna style with regular grass clipping? So let's go. You guys, these sacks have been driven over and over and over by the mister. I have no idea where he got his license from, but he drove over my stuff, man. But anyway, look at this. This pepper tree produced so much. It's still here. It still has blossoms on it. Look, peppers are dried on this tree, guys. I wonder if I can use these for seed. I'll try it out. Nope. Seeds are all eaten. No seeds in there. But these peppers produced. Some by soils I used, we got nothing. Now I need to clean out these sacks and move them from here. And oh, by the way, the corns produce really well. really, I mean really well. But you know what came and got my stuff? Rats. Rats came and ate my corn. Yeah, I got 2, and the rats had all the rest, and they produce really, really well. So let me fix back my tripod. Now if this video is coming over authentic, it really is. It's going to be a beautifully authentic Abby video. I am dramatic. So we're going to put this aside for the chickies, and we're going to empty out this sack. Now I'm going to move this gingerly because we have snakes here, and I've been seeing them more and more in the garden. So I'm going to move this gingerly, hoping that there's nothing there, really. Really hoping that there's nothing there. Right, there's nothing there. So we're going to empty out that soil. Let's put you back a little. I want you to get everything in this video, in this sack, so that you don't feel like, you know, I'm doctoring up this video, this sack. And I want you to see what I meant. Do you see that? Oh my goodness. Beautiful large earthworms in there. Let me take you off the tripod quickly. Beautiful. Look at that. Nice size. So sorry that I messed up his home. But I have my shovel. Can you see what I meant? That if you repeat this process over and over, what kind of soils you will create? Phenomenal. Using just grass clippings. Look at that guy. The grass clipping turns into this beautiful, oh my, unicorn snails. Turns into this beautiful, look at that. So when you mix that into the clay and you repeat the process, eventually the whole thing turns into balanced soil. Why I say balance? Because I have made soils with just grass clippings and they turn out nice and soft like this. But my problem with soils that's just grass clipping, it has a poor water retention property. So you will water it this morning, and by lunch all the water is gone. The plant's thirsty, it starts to wilt badly. You have to come out again in the evening to water that plant that's in that medium. But if my philosophy is, and you guys could put down in the comments, let me know what you think about this. If I'm using the clay has a water retention property. It holds on to water, and all we need to create in the soil is a bit of drainage. And so all we need is for it to be able to hold just the right amount of water. Hence, that's why I say the best things are free. So if you can get your hand on local dirt, it's going to be sticky and clammy at the beginning. But by the second time you plant the second crop, every time you plant a crop, you dump out the soil and you repeat this process. I'm telling you, you will end up with the right balance, the right amount of everything, the right amount of retention, the right amount of drainage, the right amount of nutrition, because clay is highly nutritious. It has a lot of minerals in the clay soils. So you can see it. You can see all the clay mixed in. You can see it, you know. But once you keep up with it and you keep mixing in together, all of this will turn into a beautiful medium that produces food. That's what we want. Look at the size of this turmeric. Lovely. And that's in this medium, and it is going to do well. It really is going to do well because that doesn't require a lot of special treatment. I want to show you my medium, my turmeric. This is by soil along with just grass clippings in here, and you can see what I'm saying, how quail up this one is. That's some soil a friend of mine's giving me, but all of these things will be given away pretty soon. Yeah, plantain is doing good in the sap. Same concept. The same concept, and I expect that it will do well. So I'm going to take some of this and I'm going to put here. I'm going to take out this because this didn't do good. All I got was this teeny tiny. This has to be the world's tiniest butternut squash. This is what I got. I didn't come out, as I said, I wasn't taking care of the garden. I really couldn't. When you're packing your life up, guys, there's no room. So I'm gonna put some soil in this sack with this planting because I am seeing that the trunk is getting bigger and it's getting more firm. Look at that, nice and firm in there. And I'm gonna leave this right here, and it will be a nice statement piece. Hopefully in the future it gives us a lovely bunch of plantain. So I'm gonna put you guys back on the tripod, and we are going to shovel up because, as you can see, we have a bit of rain coming in. Much wanted rain because it's been super hot and super dry for the last couple of days. So let me get to it. I hope that I don't cut anybody in half. Are you seeing what I'm saying, guys? Once you keep doing this over and over, you will have the perfect medium for free. Beautiful. We're actually having a dust plume going over us right now. I mean, it's up in the north, it's more heavy than down in the south right now, but it's still a bit dusty. I just broke a sweat mixing up that dirt. If you really appreciated it, guys, let me know what your thoughts are in the comment section. I'm really looking out for your comments on that because this was part of my journal in sharing with you this thought of mine, persons, because I realized that a lot of persons were giving me, you know, people that friends and acquaintances of mine were giving me excuses that, you know, getting into gardening is expensive, you gotta buy this, you gotta buy that. And so if you notice in the garden behind me, I have different types of pot. So I was trying to teach that you can use any container. It could be an old vacuum, it could be an old mop bucket, it could be a 5-gallon bucket, it could be a sack, a feed sack. Once it holds dirt, you can grow. I also wanted to teach that you didn't need to buy everything, and in fact I've learned that using the regular soil was more. People say, oh, garden soil compacts. Of course it will compact, but every time the crop rotates, the roots know how to get into that. They're not like us humans who don't know what to do. They know what to do in the dirt. Once you provide the right amount of drainage, the right amount of air pockets for them to go here and there, they're gonna make it. Noticing that you have a beautiful light in there, but gonna affect. You know what time it is. Once you see that light, you know what time it is, guys. It is the golden hour. But anyway, back at what I was saying. So I wanted to teach that you can also use your local soil to create soil for your containers. Go in the savannas, you cut grass, you could use leaves, you could use whatever, and just repeat the process over and over until you get that right consistency. As you can see, the earthworms were in it, life was in it, and that's all I wanted to share, guys. Stop thinking you have to buy everything. The best things are free. I've learned in my small space that preserving is paramount. Now, I haven't been in the garden now. This is 6 weeks. I literally have not watered this garden. What you see that is green, it's green on its own. I have not touched the hose in the last 6 weeks, guys. So what is green? It's green on its own. And I don't know how I end up on the fact that what's green is green on its own. Where am I going with this? Um, Preserving. Right. So the fact that I haven't watered the garden, nothing is really producing in the garden. So what have we been eating? Well, we've been eating the chickens that we harvested in November. We still have at least I think about 10 or 12 chickens left there. Um, and we have not been lacking. We've been eating our heart's desire of chicken based dishes. Um, Grown right here in this front yard. Right here, guys, it has been growing. The eggs are still coming in, a lot less because the chickens are about 3 years old, so they have dramatically dropped in production, and they become more naughty. I'm going to teach a lesson on that as well. So in the freezer, I put up ginger, I put up cabbages, I put up things that I bought in bulk. Sometimes I buy sweet potato in bulk, cassava in bulk. Actually, the cassava that we harvested from the year before, I actually finished that out this year. It was so much, guys, and we sealed it really well, so you know it didn't have those frostbite things on the outside. So the cassava stores really well for over a year in the freezer and comes back as good. What barbadines are frozen. So many different things are frozen. I have dried sorrel from since December. We're using that. Wild honey teas. We have the teas, lemongrass, tarragon. All those things are practically. The lemongrass is good, but the tarragon right now is catching its linens. Um, what else? What else? What is with this headband? Okay, I give up with it. Basically, guys, I have been using from the fridge and from the pantry, from the cupboards, things that I've put up and still getting the great quality of food. Herbs, all the herbs that I blended with olive oil, dill. I bought coriander the other day. The store had coriander and I bought a whole bulk and I blended that with olive oil. I don't think I would do it with olive oil again. I would do it with probably avocado oil, which is more neutral. But yeah, preserving, because there's no fresh coriander in the store, there's no dill in the garden, but my family likes those things. They love highly seasoned food. So preserve, preserve. Wow, I rambled a bit on that. I apologize. Now the last lesson is my chickens. The chickens have been a blessing. It has been a great lesson. It's my greatest win of 2024 and 2025. We started off with the eggs, the layered birds. These are called the Issa Brown or Isa Brown, whatever you want to call it. And we got this for our daughter to learn responsibility as well as entrepreneurship. Entrepreneurship is not something that's being taught. We're taught to work for others. But as a homeschool kid, that's what we have to teach them. We have to teach them how to stand on their own 2 feet from the get-go. So we got these chickens for her, and she's been doing really well with that. And we've learned lesson number 1 that yeah, you should really get rid of them after 2 years. If you're getting it for business, yes. If you want to have it for pets, sure, fine, you can keep them. But for business, they really do start to peter out after the 2nd year. They eat more and they produce way less. And they start to develop vices. So it's either they're going to peck and bully one another each more, or they start to eat the eggs. And the latter has been our problem from the get-go. They're eating the eggs more. So my daughter, she has her 2nd batch here, and I mean we're going to be sad to leave them, but we're happy that others are taking them and they will get to learn how beneficial having chickens are and how easy they are as well. They really take care of themselves. All they need is for you to give them some grass, grain and water, and to keep the coop clean, and that's all that matters. Also, this we use one of these cubbies, one of these pens for meat birds. The other half is slightly bigger than this half. It's about 5 by 10. Is it? No, 10 by 8, I think. Space. And we raise 50 meat birds. We harvested those in November, so I think we got those in September or August, somewhere around there. We got those. I need to sit down. I'm tired, guys. I really am. Ooh, I hope this video isn't too long. So we got those birds in August month, I think, and we harvested them, and we got 49 out of those birds. They weren't the largest birds, but they were the same in that they were super tasty. I used antibiotics in them in the beginning because we had flooding and I needed to help them out because they got the cold. So I used antibiotics on them in the first week or 2 weeks. The first week or two. And after that, until we harvested them, I think it's 6, almost 7 weeks. By then, all that stuff was out of them. They worked that out, poop it out. And they just had the grass and the green and the different things that I gave them to eat. And the birds is significantly different than the ones we buy in the store. And we save thousands and thousands and thousands of dollars doing that. And I want to say that I learned that you don't need a big space to be self-sufficient in some way. And meat is a big thing. It's a big thing because it's one of the most expensive commodities in the grocery store. So I've learned that you don't need a big space to keep chickens or turkeys, because we had turkey the year before and it was the best tasting turkey I've ever had in my life. Actually, what we know turkey tastes to taste, that's not how the turkey tastes. It tasted totally different. I'm actually questioning. I don't think I'll ever buy turkey from the store, really, after tasting that turkey. To be honest with you. Yeah. So this is where I'm gonna end the video today. I'm gonna pick you guys back up and I'm gonna give you more info. She wants to be in the video. So I'm gonna give you guys more info a little later. But right now the life is packing up and shifting focus, and I want you guys to hang tight. I am going to let you in on the loop, but I can't do it prematurely, so just hang in there, guys. I will let you go and let you know in the next one. All right,
Subscribe.
Yes, don't forget to subscribe. Don't forget to hit that like button. Give us a big garden thumbs up. I don't know, a big free thumbs up. And share the video to your friends and family who you think will enjoy the video as well. And what else would you tell them to do? Hang tight.
Hang tight.
See you in the next one.
See ya.
Later.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye.